Hello, so we're back. And we are rating even more Genshin Impact characters' outfits now. Yeah, we are going down the list of the characters that our doll mommy has. If anyone wants to see the characters that we don't have yet, we can do those as well. If anyone wants it, or lets us know in the comments that they want us to do that. But anyways, let's continue on with the next one. Feedy, do you really have that doll with you again? Naomi, Mini Raiden wanted to be here. Okay, you can have your Mini Raiden. I'm not gonna get mad at you. But anyways, onward with the video. So the next character we have is Farina. So Farina is the Hydro Archon, and her backstory is quite a tragic one. We have covered her character story on the channel before, and like how her character does experience depression in her side story, and how she literally had to pretend to be like this like all-powerful Hydro Archon when she was like actually just a human acting the part because of a deal she had with Fossilors, who was the Hydro Archon before her. So anyways, her little description reads, the absolute focus of the stage of judgment until the final applause sounds. Yeah, Farina's story is a bit more of a tragic one. It's a little heavy with some of its themes, but it's a good one. So anyways, we don't have any like extra constellations for Farina. She has she has the Favonius sword right now because it's one of her best slot weapons, and because we don't have our signature. And if you guys want, we could go over individual character builds in a later video and go into more detail about them. But we're focusing more on the designs, on the aesthetics in this video here. So, without further ado, let's look at Farina's outfit. So this is the second version of Farina's outfit. She does have two different versions of her outfit, actually, which is really, really cool. So this version of her outfit is more themed around like black and blue rather than white and blue. Her other version of her outfit is themed more around white and blue. I'll show that one later. This version doesn't have the really long, like, low ponytails like the other one has. Of course, she has a lot of, like, hydro elements and lots of blue because, well, she's Hydro Archon. And she doesn't... So for her shoes, they're really kind of cute, and so basically Farina dresses like this because she is also an actress in the game. Her character does a lot of acting, she's very theatrical, she's very overdramatic, and her design really like shows this. So, yeah. So for her face, she has two different eye colors. It's really unique. It's really different. She has very dramatic eyelashes that look more like stage makeup. She wears like a top hat that has like a little crown on it. And also has a little bow on the side with another one of the little crystals on there. It's very detailed, very pretty, and like, yeah. And there is her outfit. She has like a very long, dramatic like waistcoat. Like coat type piece. that has a lot of nice gold accents, very heavy on the blue, very heavy on the water theming. She has little straps on her thighs that go under her shorts, which match her shirt that she has underneath her jacket and her little neck piece. And then her shoes and socks look really cool. They have little ruffles on top. And the shoes look like something someone would wear on stage. So let's get her into her, the other version of her outfit real quick and show that as well. So, continuing on, there is her second outfit. Actually, this was her original outfit. And yeah, so her outfit does change based on whether you have her E skill for attacking or for healing. This is how she looks like when her E skill is turned on for healing. So she has these really pretty extra long low ponytails, and her hair kind of goes from being a blend of white and blue, very similar to Eliza's hair color from the Shadow Highline, into more of a lighter blue. So yeah. And a lot of the black or darker blue details in her other outfit are white in this one.
Isn't there anything else more interesting to do?
But yeah, there is Farina. And something else about her is that she wears 2 different colored gloves. They're very cool, they're very unique, they're very different. I think Farina's getting a 10 out of 10. Why do you think that, Naomi? I feel like she just shows her personality and her theming very well, and she's really beautiful. Her design is certainly very unique. You hear that? Farina gets a 10 out of 10. And now let's move on to the next one. So let's go on to the next one. who is Yelan? So Yelan is a character with quite the story on our account. Because, well, our doll mommy pulled her at 30 pity on the same day she bought me and my sister. So she quite literally shares a birthday with us. As far as whenever she was obtained. Yeah, it's really cool. So with Yelan, we don't have any direct constellations for her. She's on the Favonius Favonius Warbow right now. But let's look at her design. And so Farina, and for what we forgot to mention about Farina, is that she is from Fontaine. She's Fontaine's Archon, and Fontaine is very much based on France and Europe. So that's where her design elements come from a lot. And she does also seem to be at least a little bit inspired by Marie Antoinette with her theming and personality. But yeah, Yelan. So Yelan is from another region, Liyue, which is inspired by China. Yeah, I know for a fact that we have covered another Liyue character before with this. But yeah, Yelan is also a Hydro character. And Hydro, if in case it isn't obvious, is the water element of the game. So the Hydro characters tend to have more water-based kind of themes with their abilities. So there's that. So Yelan's outfit is quite simple. She's wearing some nice little heels. She's wearing a full like black bodysuit with like some kind of like more like mesh or slightly translucent parts. Is asymmetrical as she's wearing a sleeve on one arm and not the other. And that little kind of blue or turquoise bracelet she has does have its own lore. It's basically a very special item for her character, pretty much. She is not passing a school dress code, V. She really isn't, Naomi. She does not stand a chance. So for the jacket she's wearing behind her, that is actually like spoilers for her story in the game, by the way, but that is a jacket that she like kind of stole from like a Fatui member who was bringing it to the Saritsa, and then she had it custom modified for herself, pretty much. So yeah, that's the origin of the jacket. And then the bracelet originally had like a companion bracelet like similar to it that she lost, and that has lore relevance. Okay, her design is really pretty. And she was also like one of the characters who has shorter hair in this. So her haircut is asymmetrical. It's like a shorter bob kind of haircut. But it looks fine. It makes her look a little bit tougher. Honestly, I think her design gets an 8 out of 10. I agree. It's pretty. It does its job, but it's not the prettiest design in the whole game. But yeah, there is Yelan. So let's move on to the next one, which is also our first Natlin character on the list, Mavwika. So this is Mavwika. She is the Pyro Archon. So Natlin is very much based on Africa and like areas. And like areas like that are much more tribal. So yeah, like I'm sure if you play Genshin, you probably heard of Natlin or at least seen the promotion for the region. But she's the Archon. And there's what her constellation looks like. Currently, we have the Earthshaker on her. As she's a Claymore user. So what is there to say about her design? Well, she's a character who I feel like her design doesn't fully match what you would expect for the region she is from. Because there aren't a lot of other characters who wear like as much leather as she does. But it looks very cool. It has a lot of like sun motifs because she kind of has that going for her. Laurel has actually cosplayed this before in our collection, which is kind of interesting. Her hair is very unique. And yes, she could set her hair on fire, which is really cool. Don't worry, it's friendly flames and they don't burn. That is lore from the game for them, but yeah. So her hair blend goes from like a red to an orange to a yellow at the tips. And there are also some like little things around her hair. Like designs in more of the yellow and the orange and stuff. And yes, her motorcycle does look very cool. And then her eyes are, of course, are like red with like yellow, with some yellow in them to look more sun-like. She has yellow pupils. But her design definitely looks very cool. Even if that like zipper on her outfit does not look the most comfortable. So honestly, from Avika's outfits, despite her being gorgeous and being an Archon, I feel like I have to give her like a 9 or an 8 out of 10 because while her design is very, very pretty and very, very cool looking and has a lot of fire motifs and all that, it really doesn't give off the themes that her like that the nation of Natlin give all that much, in my opinion. It doesn't feel very tribal, and it just feels so different, and like totally stands out and doesn't look cohesive with the fashion of like some other Natlin characters. And now we are moving to a pyro character from Mondstadt. So Mondstadt is based on Germany, and this character's name is D-Luke. He's very rich, and he owns like D-Luke is very, very rich, and he literally owns like a winery in Mondstadt as well. So he is the owner of the Dawn Winery. And he is also like related to Kaya in a way as well. Because I think Kaya was like his adopted brother or something, but yeah. So for consolation, I have had the unfortunate experience of losing a few 50-50s to this guy, so I have him as C2. I think someone else took his artifacts for now, but like right now I have the Unforged on him. Before his design. Out of all the male characters, his design has to be my personal favorite of them. Like, he just kind of gives that handsome vibe. And he looks very stern and very serious. Which in the game, he is a very serious character, which is a good thing. And the outfit, of course, is a bit more formal, a bit more fancy. Like, you can just tell this guy's rich. And like a lot of characters, he wears his vision on his belt. Honestly, I like the black with the pops of red in his design. It just makes him look handsome. And then there's another outfit of his that is like from a flashback part or something. But And it looks really cool as well. The red and the black are very complementary to each other. His hair is styled in a high pony. And honestly, both of his outfits just get a 10 out of 10 from me. Like, his design looks great. He looks like a really, really cool character. And you get the vibe that this guy is super serious and super rich. And yeah, there's D-Luke. So moving on from D-Luke, we have Traveler. So this is the Traveler, Lumine. And Lumine can also change what element she is using whenever you like go to different Thatches 7 and choose to resonate with it. Currently, we have her resonating with the Pyro element. But yeah, she is like meant to be the main character in this, along with her brother Aether. And we do have multiple constellations on like multiple versions of this character with like the different elements. Currently, she is using Jean's signature weapon, which is Aquila Pneumonia. And I really do not want to spoil the Traveler's origins in this. Because if you played for the most recent, like Genshin Impact 2.7 Archon Quest, you know that I could spoil a lot from that and their origins, but I'm not gonna. So anyways, Traveler comes from... So there, the description reads, a traveler from another world who had their only kin taken away, forcing them to embark on a journey to find the 7. So yeah, Traveler is basically on a quest to find all 7 Archons in the game and just find out more about her brother, pretty much. So her outfit is often meant to complement Aether's. And it's just very pretty. It has a lot of white and blue with some nice gold motifs and definitely some like of the star motif. Just to kind of show that the Traveler is from somewhere else. The flowers in their hair are very, very unique to the game and very specific to the lore. And supposedly they are flowers from wherever their homeworld is. And their design does look pretty cool, honestly. Honestly, it gets an 8 or 9 out of 10 because it just works. It looks cool. It looks nice. I don't really have any issues with this design. And it just... And yeah. And speaking of... And also speaking of Lumine, we do have the Funko Pop figure of this character. So, let's get... So, yeah. There's a look at the figure. It's really kind of cool. It has a nice little base. But yeah. There is a look at the Lumine Funko Pop out of the box. Just for even more context on this outfit and this character's fashions. So we'll kind of close off this part of the series for now and move on to the next few characters in the next video, which we're going to be getting to some really good ones in that one.